So guys, we finished our photo walk in Danish fort, and since the public toilet was locked, we gotta come to this place, the Danish Indian Cultural Center, a well maintained restroom, as the first hand information to you guys. So it was really helpful after the 4 to 5 hours of scooter ride and coming back into this Danish Indian Cultural Center for this. Now that I bought the tickets and everything, we're going to cover this Danish Cultural Center for this video. I'm not sure if I will be having any photo frames, but photographs, fine art photographs, but we'll cover it as a, whatever, the video or so, as an episode. Why not? Oh, I like this frame. Right, I put the cap on. So no, we may not have a background separation here, but we can get closer. Put it at f1.8, increase our shutter speed, and keep these protruding spines in focus and take a shot. I just took one. So this is again Ural or Ammi article. This is article actually. So you move this part to grind the soaked rice to make a dough for dosa batter or for idli batter. Idli is the rice cake of Tamil Nadu, a salted rice cake. So you make a batter with this article. We have one in our home of this type. I have made chutneys out of it, a paste that you make out of coconut and chilies as a side dish for dosa and idli. I made a chutney with this kind of instrument. It's called article, and that video is there in my Instagram page. I would be a bald-headed fellow in that, completely shaved. So we are getting here into the cultural center. Hello. She helped me with a lot of tensions, so thank you. So we are looking at few artifacts and the products which are on sale. These are of some Danish kind, probably old coins, chains, shells, seahorse. We have a lot of coins here, that much I can tell you. A lot of coins, rings, old watches and stuff like that. And you have a lot of conch and shells here, old watches. This is like some old shop, pawn shop kind. You don't trade here, but you buy stuff from them. And what you see here is, this is the sea water foam. This is sea water foam. People use it for taking bath. So this is a sea water foam. This is how it is, and they sell it, and people use it for taking bath. This is sea water foam. So a few more shells and conches, and this is called mattu. They used to stir it to make curd out of a buttermilk. I mean butter out of buttermilk or curd. So இதுவும் part of the museum, huh? Restaurant மாதிரி இருந்தது. Library, okay. Oh, I didn't read it. It's Queen's Library. I thought it was a restaurant from the way the tables were presented. Cheppaloda polama? Thank you. Thank you. You have a lot of Tamil text here talking about the same thing which we spoke about, Admiral Ove Gill's arrival here, and all the Danish kings and Raghunath Nayakar photographs, these Danish ships. Oh, you have some interesting light here. See, the photographer in me never dies, so I always look for photographs. 5.6 and shutter speed 4000. Some Danish ships, few more paintings of the Danish ships. It's dark here, hope you guys can see it around. All Pirates of the Caribbean kind. To find a reference for the modern day kids, they have the old style bamboo tables and chairs, that is glass by the way, some porcelain flower pot. Look at the colors of the floor, the contrast, yellow, blue and white, so retro. I like it, I really like it. Probably I'll take this a photograph and probably this is the only color photograph you will find in this Photowalk. So a few more Danish ships kind and Tharagambadi chart drawing in a 2D platform. Look at the human figures over there. It's nice. This is a library by the way. Don't mistake it to be a restaurant like me. I'm so stupid. Queen Margaret and Prince Henrik, Denmark. Probably those are gardens, other kings and queens, and view of country house at Soaring Free. By the way, this Danish colony or the Danish fort that you see was established for trade. When the trade started declining, they moved this operation to Serampur in West Bengal, and they still retain this Tharagambadi as their capital. That's a small information that I could give it to you guys. And so you find other paintings of Tharagambadi, Thanjavur temple, Mahabalipuram temple. I have taken a photograph of Mahabalipuram temple in silhouette that is there in sale in my Flickr gallery and my Fine Art America gallery. Of course, you know about the Thanjavur Photowalk and Thanjavur temple photographs by now. Few other paintings of Mayavaram. The place is very nearby this Tharagambadi. Mahabalipuram, we saw the similar structure in Jinji Venkatramana temple, right? So you find something in Mahabalipuram as well. So those time musicians, one guy playing a Shanai, the chain chap which we saw from the Trichy museum episode, the Rani Mahal museum episode, some Dolak kind. Those days, rat guy selling rats and people of that kind. Old woman having a hat. Local woman. These are paintings from 1791. You have more artifacts here. Oh, the paintings, coin paintings, the tools, kitchen utilities, many things. Old radio. My granddad had one such kind radio with him. Like from my father's side. Oh, this is amazing. I love this instrument. Can you guess? It's a gramophone. Old style, you have to key it to play the records. That's nice. The fishermen from this village. So you have other cameras from old style. Damn, this is the most interesting part of this thing. It's flickering because of the frequency difference. My camera is recording at 60 hertz, I believe, and this is at 50 hertz. Most of the Indian lights are at 50 hertz. You have some Polaroids. This one is Yashica, I believe. Yeah, it's Yashica. Click 3. That is from Agfa. My father had that camera. You see that? These two are Agfa Click 3. My father had that camera. The speciality about that camera is like you can expose, do multiple exposure on a film. So my father took twins kind of shots in olden days, wherein like one will be giving an object to the other person. So he took the photographs like that, the twins, double act kind, of himself, his brother, his couple of sisters, father, mother, grandpa, and everyone. My father had tried most of the stuff, So he owned that Click 3, and as a child from second and third standard or fifth standard, I was playing with it without any knowledge of what it is. You won't get the film in those days from the place where I used to be, where I lived there. You don't get that big film, You'll get only 35mm film, but still you can do that photography with the frames, that's what I believe. I think it takes a bigger film, So that's what I believe in. 120 film, that's what it takes, I believe in. Not sure if it is 35mm. If I am wrong, please do correct me in the comment section. But see, you can read the logo there onto the side. That reads Agfa. I still like Agfa's black and white film, ISO 100. I still use it when I process my photograph using Silver FX Pro from DxO's Nick collection. I have version 1 with me, which is unchanged of the Google version actually. So you have some codec here, national. I have a national flash which I can still use it with my Fuji X Pro 2. You have the actual Polaroid instant film. There is an Yashica. I have a Yashica lying around in my home which was gifted to me. I'm still not using it at all. I don't know why. I had no interest in such automatic autofocus cameras at all. I was so much drawn towards this mechanical cameras all the time. So yeah, most of my father's photograph was in square format. Probably this takes a medium format, 120 film, Agfa Click 3. So I have spoken about this for a while, and I had a few posts on my Facebook page, photography page as well. You have some kitchen utilities here. So we saw the matte to grind or mash something. You have that to make fritters. You have some, what do you call that? I forgot the name. Spoons. Yeah, a lot of spoons. You have what do you call that? Roller pins, typewriters, old dial type telephones. Modern day kids may not know what it is. You have to dial using your fingers. We saw one of them in our railway museum episode. You have a lot of artifacts. Few of such brass made artifacts are still lying around in my home. We bought it very recently, like 2 decades before. These were like 400 years old. Probably few of the artifacts that we have in our home is passed down from generations to generation. Buttons, bell buttons, bells. You have a Rudraksha. That is a Panchamukam Rudraksha. So you have some soapstone vessel, soapstone, porcelain. We still have one jar like that. We put some pickle, store some pickle in that in my home. Sometimes people wonder if I am wear a Ekamukam Rudraksha, if it has a Ekamukam in Rudraksha, I mean like one line in the Rudraksha, that would create a aura around you, like you won't feel comfortable living among a group of people. You always would stay alone, Probably my brain is Ekamukha Rudraksha, that's why I'm roaming all alone. But that one is a Panchamukha Rudraksha. You can wear it anytime. You should not wear a Rudraksha which is gifted by other. I mean, like the one he was wearing it and giving it to you, because that Rudraksha will adjust itself to the vibrations of your own body. So you have to buy a new one and wear it for yourself. You cannot reuse the one which the other guy had. So that's not good for you. That will damage your energy body. So you have a lot of artifacts. I have coins, keys, locks. Few I find them to be some of recent times. Probably it's for sale. You'll find the nails as well, rings and other stuff. More porcelain stuff, pipes, old catamaran and other sea materials which was found from the Archaeological Society of India's work, Archaeological Society of Tamil Nadu, Archaeological Society of Tamil Nadu's work. They have some star, wholesale star, some big bill hook, that's what I think, bell hook, yeah. Axe, old axe, the one you use to comb your hair, remove all the clutter of your hair. They use that. It's still in use in Tamil Nadu. You can find them made out of plastic, iron, silver, steel, many materials. You have other starfish varieties here. Probably you should visit this museum. You will find some interesting stuff. So this is one interesting instrument. It's called kitchen knives. We call it as Arival Manai. So you find this bell hook, right? We call in Tamil Nadu as Arival. So this has a stand which we call it as Manai. So this is called Arival Manai. We still have a couple of them in my home and we still use them. So we used to grind, you find two of them here, right? You find two of them here, right? One you use it to grind coconut, the other one you use it to cut the vegetables. And these are from recent times. You find the miniature version of the article, and this is a ammi, and the pin, roller pin on the ammi is called kuravi. So that one you find behind, with the rolling arm.